Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel. For today's look, we're going to be using the Colourpop Hello Kitty and Friends palette. So if you want to see how I did it, then please keep watching. So the first thing I'm going to do is use some concealer as a primer. This one is Colourpop Pretty Fresh Concealer in the shade Light 33C. So I'm just going to apply that all over my eyelid and a little bit underneath to cancel out any discoloration and help the eyeshadow stick a little bit better. And next I'll be taking this brush. It's by Morphe, the M149, and I'm going to be picking up the shade called Snowwear, and we're just going to apply this in the crease area. So as you can see, what I'm doing here is pretty much drawing the line on. I'm keeping it as close to my natural crease line as possible. I don't want to take this too far up towards the brow, and then you can see that I am winging it outwards as well. Take a little bit of product at a time and then slowly build up that shade, and then we're going to go ahead and blend it out with a lighter shade in just a second. Next, I'll be picking up this small blending brush by Color Noir, and I'm going to be picking up the shade called Igloo Blues, and I'm going to start blending out this line by using small circular motions and blending upwards. And I'm just going to take my time and make my way down the line and just use small circular motions and a very light hand. To blend it upwards, I might need to apply some more color to the brush. But as you can see here, you just want to take your time with it to blend this line out. I'm going to fast forward this part, but I'm going to leave it in so you guys can see the process. Now with the same brush, I'll be picking up the shade called Snow Globe just to blend this out one more time to give it a little bit more of a gradient effect. And I'm just doing the same thing. I'm going to use small circular motions and just blend upwards. Here I'm going to be taking another clean blending brush, and I'm just going to soften up the edge to finish off this blend. Now let's go ahead and carve out this crease. I'm going to be taking a small e.l.f. concealer brush and the same concealer that I used in the beginning, the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Concealer. And as you can see here, I just like to apply a good amount on my eyelid. I slightly look up so that can give me a guideline, and I'm just going to carve it out this way. Now once I've gotten the crease line as precise as I could, I'm just going to take another blending brush and smooth out any excess concealer and blend that in so that we have a nice flat surface. Next, I'll be taking the shade called Winterful on a flat brush, and I'm just going to apply this directly onto the concealer on about the first third of my eyelid. Now if you wanted a little bit more coverage of this shade, then I would suggest wetting your brush before picking up the color, or you can just build the layers. Next, I'll be using the color called Igloo Blues, and I'm going to be using the same brush. I'm going to apply this right in the center next to that first shade that we applied. And as you can see here, I am just patting the color on top of the concealer so that it can stick. And then I'm going to go ahead and build up the shade in a second. As I apply this shade, I am just using patting motions, and I'm also not going to take it all the way up to the concealer line. I want to leave a small little gap on the top. And for the last portion, I'm going to be taking the shade called Snowwear, and I'm going to do the same thing and apply this. And I'm also going to take this out like a wing and leave a small gap as well. Now to define that line, you can just take a small liner brush and then a little bit of concealer on there and then just slightly draw it in so that it stands out some more. Or you can just take the eyeshadow all the way up, it's up to you. Now for the lower lash line, I'm just going to apply a little bit of Snowwear. And then next I'll just smudge this out a little bit. Next I'll be taking some concealer so that I can sharpen up this line. And next I'll be applying some mascara. And then I'm going to be applying some false lashes. These ones are by Colourpop and they are in the style called Kitten. So this completes the eyeshadow look. If you guys like it, please give it a thumbs up. And thank you all so much for watching. Have a blessed week and we'll see you next time.